In this video, I will create the geometry in Design Molder based on the sketch and the dimensions given here. And also at the end of this workshop, I will divide geometry into the one half part, and the one half part will be removed from the geometry because the geometry is symmetrical around the plane and the flow is also symmetrical about the plane. So there is no need to solve this whole geometry. And in this way, we can save our resources in terms of the meshing on the disk space and the memory, and as well as the solution time on the CPU. So now let's start with the geometry part in the Design Molder. And I will go into my new project file, which is here. I will delete all the other cells from here, including these mesh and the fluent cells here, and double click here. And before that, you can set the units, for example, to the metric, to the SI system. And since the geometry is in the inches, so you can set them into the US system. And also from the tools menu, click on the options, and in the geometry import, you can select the geometry editor as a Design Molder or the space claim. Right now we are working in the Design Molder, but in the case if you double click on this cell and the space claim is open instead of the Design Molder, then just go there and this setting from tools and the options and the geometry import and change it back to the Design Molder. And after that, click on OK. And now double click on the geometry cell here. Now Design Molder is open here. I will go to the XY plane. This is the first thing I will do. And if you take a look on the sketch, you will find that we can start with a center line, which is here, and on the center line I will extrude my circular face and to create the one elbow. The second step, I will create the small inlet at the given angles to the main geometry. So first of all, I will start with my center line sketch, and here I will click on the locate. I will go to sketching, and the first thing I will draw is this curvature here. So this curvature has a diameter would be equal to 16 plus half of this value, which is 8. 16 plus 8, 24. So 24 would be the radius of the center line here. So I will go to my arc by 3 points, and these 3 points will be the center point on my XY plane, the origin point. And if you don't see the point P here, then go to the constraints, and from constraints click on auto constraints, and global and cursor options should be enabled. Again go back to draw mode, and from draw mode click on the arc by center. Click on the origin point P and the 1 point on the x-axis, and again you should see the symbol C. Symbol C is the point is on some curve, which is axis here, and second point on the y-axis, again you should see the symbol C here. That's all. And also I will change my units to the inches. You can do it in the very early draft project, which is recommended, but anyhow it's not too late here. You can go to units, and from here click on the inch, and then go to dimensions and click on radius and click on the curve here. You can put the radius anywhere, like in this way. Radius here comes out to be the 674.62 inches, and while the required radius is 24, so I will put the value 24. And you can zoom in and you can see that this radius dimension is very out from its geometry, and I can move this dimension towards the geometry by just clicking on here, select move command here, click on the dimension and hold the left mouse button and just drag it towards the geometry in this way. In this way, so we are able to orient my dimension on the geometry, near to geometry. Also in this way. Okay, next thing is to create the two lines. One is on the x-axis, along the x-axis, second along the parallel to the y-axis. And after that we will be finishing our center line sketch for our geometry.